Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for the Geekenders podcast. MegaRan, Jesse and Dodger, what up? Let's go. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow and see what the Geekenders are all about. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt. Yo, another end of another long week. Got a job and a kid, I know that you all beat. So take a second, grab a drink and vibe while we catch you up in just a matter of time. On gaming, comics, whatever you're doing. If you're nerdy like us, then you know you should tune in. Thank you for sharing our world with us. Now follow, subscribe, and turn this up. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, scream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt.
Welcome to Geekenders.
Ooh.
A very sweaty Geekenders on my end. What's the weather like where you are?
Beautiful as always.
Jealous.
Perfect weather like there always is.
I'm happy for you.
Yep.
I'm glad.
There's a nice breeze. It's 70 something. Mm-hmm. Everything's a-okay. Mm-hmm. No humidity.
Dang, that's pretty cool. Yep. That's really
a lot of sundresses and tank tops. A lot of,
yeah.
Sun, love, happiness, joy. What's it like over there?
Sweaty nasty. I got this, Moonlighter shirt when Criken came to stay with us for a couple days. He was like, I have this shirt, but my luggage is overflowing. Would you like to have it? And I said, sure. And so I cut it into like a muscle tee because it's nastus over here. For anybody who has not been to England in an extended way at all, just an FYI, I'm sure I complained about this last summer. But there's no AC out here. So, everybody just sweats forever. And, we bought a little AC. We bought two little AC units. One of them we gave to someone else because they were dying in the heat and help your neighbors. And the other one, died. It finally gave up the ghost.
So did you go out and get a new one?
I did what any responsible partner would do. And I said to Sam, do you think maybe we should get a new AC unit? Because it's just like too hot. And then Sam said, I bought 3.
And where are they?
Showing up. Not here yet, but soon, hopefully, because my child keeps laying on the floor to fall asleep. And that's just not cool. I feel really bad for her. It's nasty here right now.
That's terrible. That sounds awful.
It is. Thank you.
I feel bad for you. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say, I had to tamper down my Jesse friendship part because everyone needs to know that when I'm friends with someone, I like, you got to twist the knife every once in a while.
And you knew it would not go across well.
Yeah. I'm aware I had a few zingers, and I'm aware that if I said it on this podcast, people would be like, does Jesse hate Dodger?
Jesus, yeah.
I'll give you the least of them.
Yes,
this is
please.
the least jabby.
If you had 3 or even just 2, yeah, do them in order of like
right. No, I got you.
Thinking that we actually aren't friends.
Right out the gate, you said, "Yeah, I cut this into a muscle shirt," and my response was going to be, "Well, when you wear it, what is it called?" That was going to be
really good.
It's really good.
That's really good. Okay, next one.
right? And then when you said, my kid's laying on the floor, I was going to say, well, buy her a bed, dummy. Like, I have a bunch. Like, I was going to start rattling off stuff. But
the muscle shirt one is very good, though.
Yeah, I was going to keep jabbing, but I was going to let you tell the story. I'm going to pretend like I don't got these zingers up here just cooking.
I got distracted by your I'm not going to say it face because it's so obvious when you want to say a thing. And I was like, what's wrong? What did I say? I got nervous.
Nothing was wrong. I was just simply holding
on to them with your whole heart.
All the pokes. Yeah. I was going to poke the bear and I was like, I won't do it.
Out here we have what's called Sports Day, which again I'm sure I talked about last year. It's just like a general day where all of the kids in your school will go out into the field and do a bunch of like races and like jumping activities and all kinds of stuff. Normally you're split into
Is it like
teams.
A 1 day a year thing?
1 day. You're normally split into teams. That the team will be comprised of like kids from all age groups. So it's not just like one team is the seniors and one team is the freshmen kind of vibes, right? So yeah, there will be like different teams inside of the school and you're all like competing to have your team win Sports Day, basically. And it was so hot yesterday that they sent out a notice being like, hey, so normally the Sports Day stuff lasts like 2 to 3 hours. It's going to be 45 minutes today because we're not trying to kill anybody. So come hang out. We'll have the kids do a couple of races and then you can go home. So we were like, great, sounds good. But even 45 minutes outside, just like standing in the sun, watching my kid skip through a hula hoop, I was like, I hate it out here. This is awful.
We'll have him run a couple races and then he'll go home.
Yeah. My kid won the sack race and the hula hoop race. So.
Sorry, what was that last one?
The hula hoop race. You have a hula hoop and you like spin it around your body while you're running.
Okay. I thought they were hula hooping while moving. I was like, that would be a
amazing.
discernible talent. I was like, that's pretty amazing.
That's like, damn, get this kid in the Olympics.
Yeah. All right. So this is your classic races.
Yeah, your classics.
Like they have an egg race.
And spoon. Yeah, the egg and spoon happened,
Yep. Do they do one where they tied their legs together? So you had to run with somebody else?
The 3-legged race, I believe they're called. No, they didn't do a 3-legged race.
I get to do that one by myself.
A normal ass
I couldn't filter that. It just came out.
I was going to push through, but then I felt like you needed a moment.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Also so that I could call the cops.
Right. The gooch.
Are we gooch? Jesse says yes. Gooch. We're so gooch.
We're so gooch, dude.
Here's what I love, though, is potentially there are some people listening to this right now that where English is not their first language and they don't understand why that's not a word you would want to say a lot. And they're like, yeah, short for Gucci, right, guys?
Yeah, short for Gucci,
Which is exactly what it is.
Yep.
Short for Gucci.
Mm-hmm. Super Gooch. That's super Gooch.
It's so Gooch, dude.
So Gooch. Super Gooch.
How are you doing, my friend?
Great. Great. I'm doing lovely.
Okay.
What a complete time seems to have no meaning for me. Weeks fly by. Everything is a mess, and everything in my life, I'm just like, I think I've hit my philosophical peak of starting to question just the nature of reality. Where today I was listening to the radio while I was getting ready, and they had like an ad on for sheets or something. It was stupid, whatever the case may be. But the way the ad was pitching itself was, when you spend your time at your 9 to 5, shouldn't you not be worried about your 5 to 9? When you're like at home and you're resting, and just hearing the numbers in my head, I was like, wait a minute, man. We're working 9 to 5, and then we all get 4 hours to ourselves, man? That's not right. That's not right at all. I was like mad at the human condition. I was like, we spend so much time at work. We don't have time to love or learn. I was like, what the hell just happened? I was sitting in my bed just like, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that.
I was like, if you're going 9 to 5, that's your 8-hour day. But then you get from 5 to 9, that you're only getting 4 hours. They're saying with the 4 hours you have,
I assume eventually you realize that they meant 5 p.m. to 9 a.m.
So then I did. And I realized that...
Yeah.
I realized while I was driving to the office, which was 15 minutes later, by the way, that, they were talking about sleeping. I guess that makes sense since the ad was for sheets.
Oh, buddy.
I just, for some reason, for a brief moment of time, I was so upset. I was like, they're just out there telling the truth now. We only got 4 hours to ourselves. Why? Yeah.
My mom would call that a Nana moment.
I have a lot of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just had a little Nana moment. It's okay. The brain just blipped a tiny bit.
I was just, honestly, it's probably an inner focus on my life. Where I'm like, I work all the time, but I don't have time for myself. And this is just telling me the truth. That's how it felt.
Yeah.
In my heart.
Mm.
And I was like, I could use a delicious, cool, refreshing Corona. It brings you to the beach every time. Corona. Stick a lime in them shits.
Stick a lime in there. It's really good.
The only other time I've seen that face is when Review Bra has to eat something he doesn't want to.
I'm really excited to eat this thing.
Looks delicious. Yeah. Yep. So that's that happened to me.
I love the experience of like talking to somebody that you've talked to a lot and they make a face that you've never seen them make before. It feels like you're meeting them again for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know your face could do that. I think that's fun.
I enjoy it quite a bit. I enjoy
it's fun. It's very fun.
What a nice face you have.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. Yeah. So that, I mean, like, I don't know. I played a bunch of games this week. I did a bunch of stuff. I wanted to see, 28 years later? Didn't get a chance. I heard it's absolutely bonkers. And the ending
Sam really
is
wants to watch that.
cuckoo bananas. So I was like, I'm here for cuckoo bananas.
Always.
But I didn't get a chance to see that. So that's a thing. And then we're working on all week was just spent trying to get this damn Tell Me About episode with Crendor done and out and ready to go for Monday. So get ready for that. That's gonna be a real treat. Yep.
How many of those have you done now?
Too many. We've got more coming. One is kind of like going to be on Factorio-y things, and one is literally with motion capture stuff with Neil Newbin, so that's going to be coming out.
That's cool.
But that's like down the line. We've got editing to do. We got work to do here. But yeah, and then I've just been psychotically opening Magic the Gathering packs. I have a lot of cards. A lot of them.
Brother, so does Sam.
I'm hearing, look, word on the street is Sam is spending money on packs that he should not. Tell him to stop. Tell him to stop. He can't tell him to stop.
Here's what happened. Here's what happened is he pre-ordered a bunch of cards and forgot that he had pre-ordered them. And then, much like you guys are fancy boys, got sent some cards. Amazing.
True.
That's lovely. But he also bought cards because he forgot he pre-ordered cards. And then he got that fucking card bug that so many people in my life have, where he started sleeving them up and putting them in books and taking note of which ones he doesn't have. And then was like, well, I'm just going to go to the place downtown because they probably have a couple of packs. So he bought some more cards like at a physical store, which I support. And now every time a box shows up for him, I'm like, Sam, I need you to look me in the eyes and tell me that this is not more Final Fantasy cards. I need you to tell me with honesty in your heart that this is not more Final Fantasy cards. You have so many. It's crazy.
At a certain point, you get down to, I don't understand buying packs. You might as well just go buy the singular card.
Yeah.
There's like the amount of card waste I have right now. And I have only the ones I pre-ordered and the ones that were sent to me. I think I have like 40 cards I'm missing total out of all of it. I genuinely, I would not go buy another pack. It's so behind me, if you can kind of see it, all those are cards. All that desk is cards that are not, those are extras. Those are extra cards. Then on my desk, I've got this. All these are just extra cards that serve no purpose.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do with them all. I'd give them away, but then that's me spending more money. I got to mail them to people and stuff. It's a giant pain in the ass.
Yeah, I was going to say, so some of my friends that do like, that are into Pokemon cards.
This is why, by the way, this is why I don't collect cards. It's already stressing me out.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have done this, but I got caught up in the Final Fantasy hype, and now I've got cards, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with them.
Some of my friends that collect like Pokemon cards, they will reach out to each other and be like, hey man, what do you need from this most recent batch? Let's see if we can do a trade, kind of a thing. But much like what you were just saying, that requires you to be like, okay, I'll reach out to JP, I'll reach out to Sam, see if they need any of these. I'll send them to them, right?
They 100% don't. They definitely have more cards than me. I know this because I've watched. And I've been like, how are they still opening cards? Yeah. No, I can't justify it. I was like at the mall and I saw at GameStop they had a bunch of cards. Now, if they had those collector's boosters ones, all right, I'd probably pull the trigger on that. But like they had the normal ones for like $200, $300. I'm like,
nah.
I know that a normal booster box, I might get 3 new cards. And it would just be me opening and being like, this is based off the fact that I got a booster box. The one that was mailed to me, and I think I got a total of like 12 new cards. And I was like, I can't justify this. This is crazy. This is too much. So yeah, we'll see.
Sam is unfortunately the exact right sort of brain to get into card collecting. So this is very dangerous because he loves a gacha. He loves anything that's like, let's see if I get the shiny cool, the shiny cool thing that I want, you know. So yeah. We'll just have to see. Fortunately, there's a finite amount of these frickin' cards, but
yeah, I mean, there's some cards that it's like, I don't know how, if he gets a gold chocobo, he's the luckiest man in the world. There's 77 of them.
Right.
Like, I don't know. There's never going to be a complete collection. It's just not going to happen unless you are like some oil baron. Like, it's just, I don't know how that's going to happen. So bless his sweetheart. If he can pull that off, I will be impressed.
Yeah. For Father's Day, Sam and I have gotten into a rhythm now where when it's like Mother's Day, birthday, whatever, like for some reason or another, a special day for the other person, we will clean the other person's office for them. It's great. You should start. If you have somebody that you're living with, make that deal. It's so worth it. It pays off. Anyways.
How? Whoa. How?
Because it's always easier to clean something that isn't yours. There's no baggage attached to things that aren't yours.
God bless, you did marry the right guy, because let's be real. If you set foot in my office and cleaned it, I would panic. I would be like, what did you move? Where are things at? What is happening? Why did you clean that? You were supposed to clean that. What were you doing? I would be insane.
So there's a couple things here. Number one, you are not messy the way that Sam and I are messy. So if I was in a situation where I was
agreed.
Yeah. If I was in a situation where I was going to be tidying up your situation, what would I do exactly aside from like dusting, like wiping things down?
Oh, I would be upset if you even dusted or wiped.
Really?
Because the implication is that I didn't do it well enough. I'd be like, you found dust? Where? You're lying. You're lying to me. Yeah.
But imagine if you will, that you're in some kind of a long-term relationship with a person that you trust implicitly, who has seen much worse than the state of your keyboard. You still think you'd like really care if they wiped down your desk?
Oh, they would have seen my compulsive behavior long before that. They would have noticed that, like, I'm in the kid. Oh, you made dinner? I've already cleaned the dishes. Like, don't worry. Oh yeah, you left a mess on the bathroom counter. Don't worry, I've already reorganized it and put it away. And
that
then
would stress
clean the counter.
The fuck out.
Oh no. We gotta have that understanding. I'd be like, put your shit away. This is why I can't do roommates. This is why I'm bad at roommates.
Very fair.
I learned that lesson in college. My roommates were slobs, and I was like,
I hate this.
I would rather die than enter that bathroom. Yeah. Can't do it.
Yeah, I think part of it has to be an understanding that anything that isn't like dishes or trash should not be moved, right?
Yeah.
Because then you're making the other person's life harder.
I mean, that's what I think, is that it's all about, I'm like, look, let me be obsessed with cleaning. It's making my life easier, because I have super duper triple hyperactive, definitely undiagnosed quadruple D, because I, like, unless it's directly in front of me,
one of the D's
I will
disinfect.
forget.
Yeah,
I will forget a thing. It could be 5 minutes. Unless I put it directly in front of me, I will forget it. But if it is in front of me, I'll hyper-focus on it. So if you're leaving trash and dishes and stuff, I will be like, if I clean that now, then it won't be there anymore. And I won't have to look at it anymore. And I can remove it from existing. Oh, yeah. So I need that. I need stuff to be clean. And I need to have less things, or otherwise I'll be like, what happened to that thing I had that one time 5 years ago? What'd I do with that? But I'll know if I have less stuff, because I'll know exactly where it is.
Not to psychoanalyze you. Have you always been this way?
For the most part.
Or do you think there was like a certain point where you were like, I operate better if like visual clutter fucks me up?
I mean, obviously not as a child. I think this is probably a later in life thing. Honestly, I think it's because of, I would blame the internet completely on this, because the amount of work things I do takes up so much time that the personal side of things, unless it's like completely in order, I get stressed and don't do anything. So I'll spend all day doing all this crap, and then I'll get home, and if it's just too overwhelming, I'll just be like, nah, I'm gonna do nothing. Yeah. So, in order to not do nothing, I like to keep my at home as like simple as possible.
Yeah,
so I don't have to stress, and I can go home and be like, freedom. Now the office is a mess. This place, there's stuff everywhere, but I get to leave here.
You get to leave that behind. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's
Yeah.
Psychoanalyze away. Mostly focus on the psycho part, but like, the analyzing is okay too.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I was just curious. I definitely operate better when things are cleaner. It's just that I have really bad habits in place. Things become like visual white noise to me way too easily, and I think it's from growing up around a lot of hoarders. So I just things stop existing to me once they're in like a doom pile situation, and then I have to snap myself out of it and be like, fuck, I gotta deal with that,
Yeah, I need to be able. So in my closet right now, for the first time ever, and it's been so easy, at the back of the closet is one of those, like multi-level dresser things, but it's all open. So what I did is I folded all my clothes and put it in there, but like a department store, so you can see every single thing that's there. Yeah. And so I can see them all. So in the morning when I go in, I'll see things and be like, aha. Rather than a clothes dresser, which I will forget half the stuff in there.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm like forgetting it exists. I'm forgetting in the moment that's an option. And so it might not be till later I was like, oh, I could have wore this, or I could have done that. Sure. Right. And I will just forget. Yeah, I can't. I don't know why that is, to be honest. And it's been that way for years. But it literally is just I'll wake up and I'll be in such a hurry to do X thing that I'll be focused on that, not the little tiny things.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know if it makes sense, but I mean, it's what's happening.
I know these things to be true about myself.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know that it makes much sense, but it's reality. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we've realized through this conversation we would be terrible roommates. We already knew that.
Yeah. Oh, I
think we knew that the second that I admitted to you and John that a potato melted in my kitchen.
Oh, I will go to my grave remembering that. I was like,
I've never seen you look so disappointed in me. You just leave it there long enough.
No, the reason I was disappointed is because you guys were in that house, like, there were flies. We couldn't figure out where the flies were coming from. And then we opened a closet and they were all in there and there was a melted potato. We just left potatoes in there so long they were melted. And I'm like, there are layers to that I already would have been like, no.
Yeah.
That potato had been there for years. That was a year-long potato. That potato melted.
It was it was, when you go to your Mima's house and she's got those closets that just have cans of all different types of food. And you're like, I don't even know what's in the back there. It might be a melted potato, because that was my situation.
It might be a melted potato.
It might be a melted potato that she just threw back there like, I'll use that later. She didn't. She never did, because it got stuck behind some cream of mushroom soup and a 4-pack of tomato sauce. And it melted.
Yikes. Oh, no. My closets are psychotic. Things are lined up in a row. Everything is by height, so I can see stuff in the back. Oh yeah, Donnie, I'm a genuine storage psychotic. I'm just like, no. I have to be able to see all the things, because if I forget something's back there and it melts, then who am I? Some sort of dodger. Like, I can't have that. So
you should have a little picture of me
going in the back.
Yeah, in the back of your cabinets, like this, and it says, "Have you checked?"
No, Chad, I'm not a labeler. I don't label. I'm not that into it. I'm not that over the edge. I'm just teetering.
Labels are fun, though.
Right there.
Labels are really fun, though.
Yeah, but then I'd have a labeler, and that's another thing I don't want in the house.
Fair. It's good to identify what is allowed. Label or not allowed.
No labelers. But one of those hand massager things that you like mess your whole body up with, allowed.
Very allowed.
Allowed. Whatever that damn thing's called that like punches your flesh. I love that thing.
What happened with the couch situation? Did you get a new couch?
I did. Yeah. I got a new couch. It's great. it's instead of a bigger seater, it's only a 3-seater, but one of the seats becomes like you press a button, it goes. It gives you zero gravity.
It becomes like a recliner.
Oh, but like zero gravity recliner.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It just angles in a way that the blood goes to your butt, I assume. I don't know. I don't know what it means.
Have you ever been on one of the... Sorry, this is a weird connection to make. Have you ever been on one of those things that hangs you upside down to like help your back?
No. I've seen them though. I'm aware of their existence, but I've never been on one.
I'm so curious what those are like. My dad's used one a lot. He has scoliosis and he's fallen off of like 2 roofs and like his back is a fucking mess. Mm-hmm. So they would like strap his legs in and hang him upside down so gravity could like help his back in the opposite direction basically. And he said it always felt amazing. And I'm very curious about it.
Honestly, I'd be down for that. I've only really been noticing the videos online on like Instagram where a dude like realigns someone's back and they orgasm. That's what I want. I
can tell with those videos if the sound was put in there in editing.
Yes. Thank you. I don't understand. Those videos are so crazy. I'm like, wait, what is happening? And it's always just some guy and he's like, I twist it and it makes like a crack sound. And then the person at the table goes, like, what the hell just happened here? It's
great. The dog chiropractors. Have you gotten those videos?
No, I've not gotten those.
Yeah. If you watch enough like chiropractic stuff, eventually you get the dog chiropractors. And all of the comments are people being like, did the dog tell you his neck hurt? Which is very funny to me.
Yikes.
Yeah. I haven't been to a chiropractor since I was a kid. My dad took me to a chiropractor when I was a kid.
I've never been. Don't think I ever will.
My dad's always
hate
loved
getting
it.
massage. Do you like getting massages? I hate getting massages. I hate it.
I do like it. There are certain parts of my body where it hurts so bad though. Like even like a light massage on the back of my chins. That the puffy bit that goes to your foot. When they start pushing into that, it hurts so bad.
I don't every time anyone tries to massage me, I like my whole body tenses up and I'm like, it hurts. This hurts. Why are we doing this? Now it could be that the problem lies with me, but I feel like it's everyone else's fault. No one out there they don't know how to rub me the right way. I'm a genie in a bottle, and they need to learn how to rub me the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah. They haven't so far.
That's fair.
I'm a genie in a bottle.
Have you ever gotten a pedicure?
No. Or manicure. No, never.
Pedicures are so nice unless you hate people touching your feet, which is obvious, I think, given what it is. But a friend of mine wanted to do like the full mani-pedi experience and didn't realize until she was sitting down and having her feet like rubbed up and down. She was like, wow, I hate this. Wow, I really hate someone touching my feet.
I'd be fine with that. It would make me feel like a rich king. You know, not often people touch your feet.
Some places will do the mani-pedi at the same time, and you truly feel like you're in like a Sandra Bullock movie. Yeah.
Do you think that someone would also feed you the champagne?
Maybe. If you have a drink with like a little straw,
you're doing
they
a
could
good
hold
job.
it out. You could go, you know, you could ask for cucumbers to put on your eyes. Yeah. It'd be like a whole thing.
I would enjoy that, I think.
Yeah, and then maybe it would get rid of the like tension aspect of like there's a person touching me in a intimacy adjacent way that makes me feel really tense, you know?
It's weird. It's strange to me that it's not like an intimacy thing where I'm fine with people touching me. But when people try to massage me, for some reason my body's like, I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why. You could touch me all over and I'd just be like, but the minute you try to like deep tissue, my body's like, no.
Interesting.
No way. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you. My feet, touch away. My butt, squeeze away. My finger, pull away. Anything, I'm fine. But the minute you're like, let me just massage your shoulders, I'm like, ooh. Yeah. Hate it. Now, back scratching, sign me up.
Back scratches are nice.
Love a good back scratch.
I used to give scratch my mom's back all the time, and I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the day when Clark realizes that's if she really wants like an ice cream or something, and I've been like, no, give me a good back scratch. I'll be like, baby, you can have that ice cream.
You've earned it.
You've earned it. You've earned it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. To the people who are asking, yes, when you get, typically you can say that you don't like this part and you don't want it. But with both manicures and pedicures, typically there will be a part where they take some lotion and they massage your arms and hands or your legs and feet. So yes, in the end, you walk away with nice clipped toenails and polish if that's what you want. But another thing that's included in the price is a nice little massage. But some people don't want that. So I think it's the best part. The second they take out the lotion, I'm like, let's go. It's great.
I don't have any of that. I don't get that at all. I might get a barber who wants to put like a hot towel on my neck every once in a while, but that's about it.
You should just find a little place. Just find a little place to go.
There's so much pressure, though.
There are like social things involved there that it would be silly not to acknowledge, for sure.
Yeah, that's not what I was talking about. I just didn't want to fart on the ladies, is what I was talking about. Like, if they get close and they're like, sitting there working, and like, what if I got a toot?
I mean, they're not there for a super long time. You could probably hold the toot. Or just let it leak,
Like a slow leaker?
Yeah.
They're gonna think there's a gas leak in there. They're gonna be like, we gotta get out. There's a gas leak.
Could have been anybody in here.
I guess I just won't eat before. But then I'll be hungry and then my stomach will go.
How long do you think a pedicure takes?
I don't know, 2 hours? I don't know. What?
If you're just getting a pedicure or just getting a manicure, you'd be in and out of there in like 20 minutes.
All right. Well, now I know.
Yeah. So, if you're worried about the slow leaker, just eat after you get the pedicure.
See, these are the things I don't know. I don't know what a pedicure, manicure time. Well, I don't know how long it takes.
Yeah, it's not that long. No, you sit down. Right. Here's the process. Okay, you sit down. They turn on the massage chair for you. They give you the little remote so you can decide how you want the massage chair to behave. They put your feet in some nice hot water. Your feet soak for a few minutes. They take your footies out. They clip like your cuticles and stuff. They clean up your toenails. If you want polish, they'll put polish on there. If not, then they massage your like shin and your foot, and then they slap your ass and say, "Come back later."
Do they really slap my ass?
No, I don't think they can legally.
Then you're going to the wrong spa, because I want to find that one.
That one exists somewhere. I don't have those connections.
Yeah. That's what I want.
But
it's like, good job. You did it. Thanks. See you next time.
It's not that long. It doesn't take that long.
Yeah, I'm all right.
I'll take you. I'll go with you. So you're not going by yourself. No, we'll go. We'll go together. Yeah. You clearly would like to, but you have mental hangups about it. So we'll just go together.
That's fine. It's fine. Oh, I'm just joking.
Goofball.
I'm just joking. I would go in a heartbeat. Are you kidding me?
Has Sam done this? Yeah.
I'd go in. You don't even have to get me in there. I would be like, give me a drink with an umbrella. 3 sassy, I'm going to assume Filipino woman, and have them just go to town on my body while I sit there in hot goss. I'm like, you'll never guess what Ronaldo did.
I like to imagine you just
bitch.
make up a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah. I would just make up characters and scenarios. Like, and there I was, looking at him in those tidy whities. Yeah.
And they'd go, and then what?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be great. The vibes would be insane.
Immaculate,
Great.
some might say.
So yeah, so now we know what to do next time we hang out.
Yeah, we can tell them the story about Gooch. We'll be like, so there we were at the Gooch Festival.
We were at the Gooch. It was Pride after all.
We were at the Gooch, and my God, you'll never guess who we saw there.
On the float of all things.
Nicole Kidman. Wearing a sundress made of meat. It was 86 degrees.
Can't you think of something original? Now is not the time.
Oh, I believe it was the Lady Gaga dress she wore back in the early 2000s. The meat did not hold up.
It did not. I could see the maggots from here. And then we go.
Sucks. Sucks. That's terrible. Anyway, what'd you do this week? How are you doing this week?
Yeah, I did my final immigration meeting. So that's great. That's done. Had my kid's sports day. Died in the sun. I don't know. I did play some stuff. We could talk about games if you'd like. Yeah.
What did you play?
Did I talk about Lost in Random last time? Remember? I don't think I did.
What the who? Lost in Random?
The new Lost in Random game. Did I talk about? I don't think so because I think it came out.
I don't even recognize
Wednesday.
Okay.
So the original Lost in Random. What was the secondary title? Lost in Random: The Eternal Die. That's what it is. Lost in Random is the first one is like a hack and slash sort of Alice in Wonderland vibed game.
Okay.
You're in a world that is determined by like dice rolls. All of the characters are super strange, like weird. They all have names that have to do with like chance and randomness and, you know, things like that. And it's great. The first game is really, really fun. So they decided to do a follow-up game that is more of a roguelite, which, you know, everybody's making roguelites. It's up to you as an individual how you feel about another roguelite, but story-wise, it made a lot of sense to do that. And the person that they have you playing is really interesting. In the first game, there is an evil queen with like this all-powerful black die. And in the second game, you are playing as a weakened version of the evil queen. And so a lot of the game is you having to sort of come to terms with and understand the depth of like the horrible shit that you did while you were queen. So it's pretty cool in terms of like what character you're playing and the way that other characters treat you. A lot of times in games, you know, either you're meeting somebody for the first time or they're not like outright hostile toward you, but like everyone you meet is like, "Hey, bitch." You know, it's great. The vibes are great. But it maintains that same kind of like weird, kooky, again, like an Alice in Wonderland, Nightmare Before Christmas sort of like vibe to it. The art style is really nice. It plays awesome. It feels great to play. There's like 4 different weapons that you can choose from. There's different ways to upgrade them so that they, you know, do different things or have different aspects to them. But it feels really nice. It feels really, really nice to play. And if you liked the way that the first game played, they reuse a lot of those mechanics, like throwing fortune, the die, and having it, do different things depending on what it rolls and stuff like that. All of that is incorporated into the second game, and it's great. Yeah, so I've been playing that a bunch. That's been very, very fun.
It looks gorgeous. It's
great.
Yeah, but it also looks like what you're saying. Every roguelike that has ever existed, it has that sort of Hades-esque 2.5D top down, zip around the screen killing guys vibe.
It's hard because that's kind of what everybody expects from a roguelite now, so it doesn't feel unique or interesting. Yeah, it's got, lots of NPCs that you meet, some side quests that you can do. But again, Hades,
I'd wager that when you beat it for the first time, you really haven't beaten it.
I think that's true as well, because one of the mechanics that's in this game is the passives that you pick up as you play, sort of this game's version of boons, right? There is a color matching system. So you're given a board and you put that item, that passive, somewhere on the board. Each passive is going to have 1, 2, or even 3 colors associated with it. And each color is connected with a different aspect of play. So like weapon damage, dice damage, card damage, etc.
Okay.
And so you are trying to place your passives in a way where you get 3 in a row of the same color and wind up with a permanent boost to whatever that color is associated with. So if I kept grabbing passives that were red, I would get whatever that passive actually is, as well as a boost to my weapon damage once I had 3 red passives in a row. So the reason that I think that something changes after you've beaten the game once, because I think I almost have, but I'm not sure, is that the board currently is a diamond shape, and there's clearly spots to be opened to give you more options for how you place the passives. But I have gotten to the 4th area of this game and still have not found a way to open up more of the board. So I'm like, potentially that is associated with finishing a run, so to speak.
And there's no DLC, so it isn't that.
It's not, yeah. It's not that.
Right.
There are lots of characters that give you different things. Or that you buy different things from when you're back in the hub world. None of them have something that's along the lines of you want one of these squares opened up, So I feel like it's probably, a reward for getting to the end. But the end, the 4th area, assuming that's the last area, the 4th area is rough. It's so hard. But I'm determined. I'm gonna get to the end and see what happens.
I mean, it looks very cool. I don't know where it seems like one of those games that could go on kind of forever. It's just keep playing, keep playing. I would love to see what you think when you get towards that part, just because that's when the game it's one of those things where it's this is when the game really starts.
Sure. When you have your first death, and again, this happens in a lot of roguelites, when you have your first death is when you first interact with the hub world, right? In this game, they call it the Sanctuary, I believe. And one of the first things you're shown is when we are finally able to leave, this will turn into a portal. So it does feel, and especially because all of the characters also seem to have goals, it does feel like you can get to a point where it's everyone is able to pursue getting out of here now in one way or another, right? We've shown you the end goal, power this up and then we can get out of here kind of a thing. I just don't know what the win condition is for that yet.
Sure.
But it's fun. It's really fun.
I mean, it seems like a very you game.
Yeah.
Like, I just knowing what you love, I'm like, this ticks every box.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. It's fun. Like I said, I love playing a character who's like kind of morally weird.
Sure.
You know? Yeah, I recommend it. If you like games like Hades, if you're not burnt out on that yet, I'm clearly not. If you're burnt out on that yet, you should check out the new Lost in Random game. Actually, you should check out the first one too, because the first one is really good. I would say you don't need to play the first one in order to necessarily understand what's going on in the second one, but it'll give you more context. You know, but they make it really clear, like, you're an evil queen. She's like, holy shit, why am I so small? Why am I so powerless? Right? Like, they give you everything that you need to know to understand, like, okay, she was all powerful. She did a bunch of horrible shit, but now all of her power's been taken from her by something. What's she gonna do? That's up to you, dear player, etc.
Okay.
Yeah. So I played that. We finally finished House of Asses. So I'm glad that's done. And yet, when Sam and I got done with the quarry, and I'm gonna say this the same way that I said it on stream, as vaguely as possible.
Mm-hmm.
When Sam and I were done with the quarry, I was like, it's done. But then I thought, I wonder what a playthrough is like if everybody gets fucked up. That's my vague way of saying what happens to people in the quarry. What happens if everyone gets fucked up in the quarry? And after playing House of Asses, I was like, what happens if everyone gets fucked up in House of Asses? So I don't know. I might wind up replaying it.
Did you just let everyone die?
No. No, we had a really good end. Well, except for the character that I loved the most. I feel like he got really fucked over. But we didn't have like a terrible ending. But I want to know what happens when it is when it's bad, when it's really bad. What happens when it's really bad? I think no one makes it out.
I think everyone just dies. That's the worst ending. I think everyone's just dead.
But what happens though? What gets us there? That's what I'm curious about. Because after I got done, yeah.
Did you not let your boy go?
Not on purpose! Don't say it like that! Not on purpose! We worked really hard to keep a fucking character alive who called in air support and it fucked us over! That's not on purpose!
All right, that's all I want to know.
I was miserable at the end over it.
I know what your ending was.
I was miserable at the end over it. I was sick, dude.
All right, I know what your ending was, and I think that's hilarious. We let that character that I won't get into, we let him go. In fact, he was the only one who had a happy ending.
We weren't given that option. How did you have the option to let him go?
Well, we didn't call in the airstrike.
Oh my gosh.
We didn't. I think we messed up on that. We didn't call in the airstrike.
The vein is throbbing in her neck. That's because this character is the one redeemable character where you're the entire time you're playing the game, you're like, I want this character to be happy so bad. I need him to go home and live a beautiful life. And we just wound up having an ending where we were like, wow, we kept a lot of people alive. I'm really proud of us. And he got fucked right at the end. I was so mad.
Admittedly, they all do, even on a good ending.
Yeah.
The government kind of comes in and is like, you're all on lockdown and we may kill you. Yeah. And you're like, all right, well, horror movie, I guess. But
yeah. Anyway, I might replay it. I don't know.
All right. I mean, honestly,
What if he's the only one that lives? Everybody else dies. That would be okay.
Of all the people that should be wanting to replay a Dark Pictures thing, the fact that Manamadan, we killed the main character in the first 5 minutes, really changed the course of the game. So if anything, I should replay that. But like, I don't.
How many are there? There's Manamadan. There's what? Little Hope.
Yes, that one is so jank. Look. Of all of them, Dodger, Little Hope is the one you should play, because Little Hope can kiss my ass. The end of that made us so mad. It is one of those endings where at the end we were like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, no. Really?
Yes. Little Hope that one can kiss my ass. I hate that one.
Isn't that the most recent one?
No. No. I think that might have been the second one they made. The ending of
Little
it's
Hope
just
was the second one they did?
Yeah, I think it was Until Dawn. Then they started making the Dark Pictures anthology. Right? And so it was Manamadan, then Little Hope, I think was the second one. Then there was House of Ashes and The Devil Inside Me. And I'm trying to think of the other ones.
And now direction, whatever the shit. That's
Directive 80/20.
Yeah.
Which I believe is what the Maker Studios rules were. That's
somebody on the inside
joke for everyone.
It's good.
Maker Studios. And then The Quarry, right? And the Dead by Daylight one, that was fun. But I don't think The Quarry was Dark Pictures. Dark Pictures is literally Manamadan. No. No, Manamadan, Little Hope,
different?
House of Ashes, Devil Inside Me, and Directive 80/20 are Dark Pictures.
But Directive 80/20 is like the start of like the second season of
I guess.
Dark
I don't
Pictures
know.
games.
I couldn't tell you. Yeah.
Wait, how is The Quarry any different? It's the same type of game.
Yeah, but it's just not Dark Pictures.
Okay. But isn't it made by the same people?
Is it? I feel like it's like a different thing. There isn't, chat's right. There's no narrator. It doesn't have the guy being like,
there is the old lady, the tarot lady.
But it's not the guy.
Is it always that guy?
In Dark Pictures, it is. It's always the guy.
But it's not the same actor.
No, they changed actors.
Shit, justice for the tarot lady, dude.
Sorry.
No. That's bullshit. Let the tarot lady be a curator.
Nope. There's only one curator, and that guy changes often.
He swaps faces like that lady in the Wizard of Oz sequel.
That curator is based on how much they can afford to pay someone to do it.
I'm upset.
You would, I think you would enjoy some of the other ones.
I want to play all, because they're all just
really
a little bit like.
I really want you to play Little Hope, just because I want you to feel the pain of that ending. It might be one of the worst endings I've ever like. It's very 1950s horror movie. If I was going to explain it to you.
Would you say that it gives you a little bit of hope and then it takes it from you?
No, I would say that it makes the entire thing you just played totally pointless.
Oh, no.
It's one of those endings where you're like, well, then why did we do any of this? What was the point?
Oh, man.
Yeah, hate it. Not cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
This is why I want you to play it. I want you to like really struggle hard and then get to the end and be like, well, why did I do that? Sucks.
Okay.
The others are really good though. That one, just the end of it made me so upset. I was like, why? Why did you do this?
Out of Manamadan and Devil in Me, which one do you think is better?
Devil in Me is the only one I haven't played. So I don't know.
I'm surprised. Don't the SGS play all of them?
we love these games. We just there was a bunch of other stuff out at the time that came out. We were like, we'll get to it, and then just never did. And now it's just not on the radar at all.
Fair enough.
It's like, yeah.
Fair enough. If you want to see Devil in Me, Scary Game Squad, be sure to email Scary.
They already do. Why are you telling them this? They already do. Half the emails I get are like, have you heard of Devil in Me? You should play that.
Scary.game.sq.
Scary.game.gov. Yep.
Yeah, it'll get to them. It'll redirect. It'll be fine.
It'll redirect.
So the other thing that I played that I definitely want to talk about is Peak. Have you seen Peak?
Peak as in P-E-E-K?
P-E-A-K, like the peak of a mountain. Peak.
No.
This game is so cute. It is a 4-player co-op game. I'm kind of hoping that somebody does a mod where you can have more because I think that would be so silly. But
I've definitely seen videos of Sam showing this off on Instagram.
So cute. You are 4 scouts, like Boy Scout type of adjacent thing. You were on a plane and the plane crashed and the 4 of you survived. And you have to continue to survive by climbing to the peak of various mountains in order to receive help. So this game is it's really simple. It's very cute. Luggage from the crash is sort of like scattered around. And so you can say like, all right, let's just go start climbing. But you find out really quickly, like, there's luggage all over the place. It has climbing supplies, food, things that you need. Every time you have a stamina bar, and anything that affects you affects the stamina bar. So the stamina bar also doubles as your health. So if like I'm trying to climb the side of the mountain and I fall, if I fall far enough that I hurt myself, it takes away stamina. So it makes it so that I can't climb as well as I was before. But you can find bandages. You can find things to help with that, right? You can find energy drinks that give you unlimited stamina for a little bit. But you have to be really careful and you have to cooperate. You actually do need to like be doing it with other people, because one of the things that's built in that is so cute when it's happening is you can reach out for somebody and help them get up if they don't have enough stamina to get all the way up. And the way that they do it, it's really cute. It's very supportive. The face options and everything for your characters are very gremlin-y and adorable. Definitely recommend. It's really, really cute. I think at the time that I bought it, it was like $5. How much is it now? I'm gonna check.
It is $5 still.
There we
I didn't
go.
realize this was an aggro crab game. I love that for them. Also, June 16th, already almost 5,000 reviews. That's incredible.
It's fun.
That's very cool.
I think it's one of those games that a bunch of people all played right when it launched, and I don't know if that was a brand push or what, but it was on a lot of people's radar really suddenly. But for good reason. It's really fun. It's really fun to play, honestly.
It's super cute. It looks hilarious. Even the trailer's very fun. The best part are all the reviews. I went down to go see what people were saying, and every single one of them is like, you know, it was really fun to play with a friend, get some bonding time with my friends. You know, my daughter and I were playing together. And I was like, that's good video game right there.
Yeah. It was really cute. Yeah, I played with my art buddies that I play D&D with on Mondays. When it was done, I was like, you guys want to play a little bit of Peak with me? And it was really fun. We had a great time. Just sort of
That's
learning
cool.
how it all worked. Yeah, there's like a discovery element to it as well, because like we climbed a tree to get a coconut because we were clearly getting hungry, and hunger also eats into your stamina. So we grabbed a coconut, and then we were like, we can't eat it, which makes sense. Then we were like, how do we crack it open, right? But like all of those things come to you pretty naturally. It's cute. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks it looks super fun. Like a game you could just kind of like get lost in for a few hours. I love that.
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, it generates new peaks every day. So if you're playing on the same day, it's not going to generate a new peak for you every time you play. If you're playing the same day and you're attempting the same climb in the same day, it's always going to be the same mountain. But the next day, it'll be new mountains.
Huh. But like, if you is that rest in game? Is that what you're saying?
What do you mean?
Are you saying it's day in game or day in reality?
Every 24 real hours,
The mountain will change?
It creates a new mountain. So when you load in, you'll be climbing a new mountain. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I like it because it means you can learn stuff, because the climbs take a while. So when we eventually died the first time we played, it was really nice to be like, okay, open up some luggage, grab some shit. We're starting on that side, right? Like we knew where to go to deal with the first peak quickly so that we can move on to the next thing. So I think that was the right call to say that it changes every 24 hours instead of every time.
I thought you meant when you said learn stuff, you were talking about your friends. Like it's so long, you could just learn stuff. And I was like, about the people playing with you? That's what I thought. That's what I thought you were talking about.
You know? Do they like coconuts in real life?
Yeah. Also, can I just say for the record, to anyone out there who said, wouldn't it be fun to do a podcast at 8 a.m? My eyes are so red and watery from having lights bright in my, like I'm slowly falling apart right now.
I'm so sorry.
If it looks like that I've been crying, it's because I have. My eyes have been leaking.
Oh my gosh. Would you like to talk about games that you've played? My sweet friend.
Sure, okay.
Okay.
This week, obviously, earlier in the week, we saw, well, I'll start with Saturday, actually. After last week's episode, on Saturday, was World Lalafell Day.
I saw your video.
And I showed up on it was like an oceanic server, and there were so many Lalafells I couldn't see them all. And I had to like slowly load them in, and there was, I don't even know how many. I dare not even say. And it was hilarious. It was pure nightmare fuel. It was all wahs and people walking around going the entire time. It was great. Laughed all 2 or 3 hours of however long that was. Great waste of time. Couldn't believe I did that. Was thrilled to have been a part of it. Then, this week I also had some time to check out FBC Firebreak with Ashley Roboto and RP Mika. And that was a whole thing. I didn't think we were going to be nearly as good as we were. Like we did, and I can see this. There's a lot of reviews and stuff online. I definitely can understand why some of the reviews are like, "There's not enough content." In 4 hours, we did all the normal mode content. We like crushed it.
I see.
We got an achievement for doing 10 successful missions in a row. That was the first 10 we did. We were just crushing it.
Damn.
So obviously we can increase the difficulty and add different factors to it, but like we 100%
the like basic version of the game. Yeah.
Yeah. It took us like 4 hours. And
do you think that you having played it before helped with that, or would it have been that way no matter what?
Oh yeah. We all had to some extent played before. So we all kind of knew what we were doing. And going through it, we like crushed the normal mode. And I was like, we probably should play on like a harder difficulty. But we were getting all sorts of great bonuses and buffs, and we were, having some truly funny run from enemy moments. But for the most part, it was like, we know what we're doing. So I'd like to go back in and see what the hard mode of that is. But the easy mode, or normal, we cleared out very, very simply. So I wonder if that's what I saw a lot of people saying, that like, oh, it's too easy, I beat it. I wonder if they played it on normal mode and crushed it.
Yeah.
Because we definitely did. Like, we did. So I don't know. I have no clue. Yeah. But I think a lot of people also, and this is what I was saying. It's fun. Yeah. It's exactly what I was talking about before. Like, I knew it was going to be fun. I knew I was going to enjoy. I'm super interested in what the general public thought, because I saw a lot of people being like, it's not Control 2. Like, yeah, no, it's not. Even remotely. So I think...
I mean, it's not supposed to be.
Exactly. But I think there were expectations. I mean, in the video I made about it, I said the general public thinks of Remedy as one thing, and when you release a game that's not that thing, they're going to be confused.
Sure.
And that's pretty much what happened. People were like, so what is it? So, but I was having a blast, and it was super fun. But again, that's like a space I want to play around in, so...
Yeah.
Of course I was going to like it. You know what I mean? So
sure.
It's like a weird thing to be like, I loved it.
But I'm also super biased toward Remedy stuff.
Yeah. Like, it's,
yeah.
What do you want me to say? It's kind of like when we played Night Rain and, weren't really carried. We basically we figured it out ourselves.
We did amazing. So
yeah. It was just you and I. No one else was even there. No one was carrying us. It was fine. And
no one told us where to go, or
no one was leading us.
We just figured it out.
Just you know. And I. Yep. No worries. But there's definitely, while playing that, I realized that the only reason why I would play that game, for example, is to play with someone else who knew what they were doing, and I was like along for the ride, and I got the tour guided version of it. Love that. Was enjoying it tremendously. Would do again. Now, if you said, Jesse, go back and play that by yourself, I'd be like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah,
and that's
I feel the same.
Yeah, I'm very biased to my, desire to play those games. Like, I just know me, and I know I'm not ever gonna try to actively convince people to play anything anymore. I'm like, yeah, play what you love. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna play what I like, and if you like that too, cool. If not, I'm not gonna convince you. I just don't have the patience. So yeah, I don't know when I'll get a chance to play more of FBC, but when I do, I want to play the hardest mode, because I imagine that would be absolutely ridiculous and goofy, and that's kind of what I'm here for. So
I still haven't played it. I have a code and everything, and
let me know. We can play.
I would love to play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm it's trying to think. Yeah, we didn't have to do any restarts. We didn't die at all. We had a few times where it was close, but yeah, we just cruised through that stuff. So normal was easy. Normal was pretty simple. I think doing a hard difficulty would be a little more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Trying to think what else I jumped onto. Obviously, still doing just the ridiculous amount of demos that are out right now.
Yeah.
I still need to get through on my, for some reason, again, I don't know why, but I have Remorses, the Gretlo tapes, Cryophobia, something called Without, I just have all these games that are clearly horror games. And I don't know why, in what fugue state I downloaded a bunch of horror game demos, but now I have a bunch of them, so I'm like, well, I got to play through those at some point.
Did you download them during Next Fest?
Yes.
They might not work anymore.
Well, thank God.
I guess you'll find out.
I hope so. I hope they don't work.
Sometimes they just let them keep working but unlist them, and sometimes they literally deactivate them. So we'll see.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see if I have to play these.
Oh, try to open up the first one. Let's find out.
Sure. All right. The first one is Remorses. Oh, no, it's working. Nope. Nope. It's already the music.
Do you feel remorse?
Sensitivity warning. This game contains highly disturbing scenes, including depictions of self-harm and flickering lights. Cool. Awesome. Also talk about it on Discord. Cool. Awesome. I can't get out of this. I'm still loading in the game. You've brought this on us. Press any
I'm
key.
sorry.
Ooh, it looks like an investigation. All right.
Ooh.
Quit. Yes. Great. Well, they work all right. Can't wait to play these.
There you go. Now you know. I guess.
Awesome.
That was more for me than you. I'm sorry.
Great.
Thank you for humoring me.
You're welcome. Yeah. Other than that, I've just been like trying to get stuff done around here and you know, not being able to. Everything just takes time. It sucks. It sucks when, like, bless all the streamers who don't edit anything. I'm sure you have so much cool free time. I don't. I don't. I spend so much time editing and doing stuff.
Will it make you feel better to know that I don't edit them, but I still don't have any time because I have a 7-year-old? Does that help? Does that fix it?
Yes, because it sort of balances out my pain. Yeah, that's fine. I feel like 7-year-old, that's roughly the equivalent of not having any free time. Yeah.
Although currently she just does handstands for like hours, so that's pretty tight.
Kids are fucking stupid.
When I was that age, I literally would go outside and jump rope for hours. And her thing is handstands. I don't know. I don't know. And yeah.
I would love to know the reason. And I know the reason would be something stupid. You know? Like, because kids are amazing. Their reasons for doing things aren't rational reasons. And I wonder if you were to ask, her reason would be like, I like when the blood goes to my head. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be something you would not expect.
No, I think she's 7. It's simpler than that. It's like, I want to stay in the handstand for longer than last time. And then she wants to go to school. And when she and her friends do handstand competitions, she wants to be in the handstand the longest.
Well, there's no doubt that's Sam's kid. That is 100% Sam's kid.
Yeah.
Already is like, I will be the greatest handstand person ever. Like, okay, get it, girl.
Good enough reason for me, man. Go for it. I love that. Mm-hmm. I was never that competitive.
Big same.
My mom will still tell people about when I was on the soccer team and they would rotate who is in which position, and they made me the goalie for a match. And my mom straight up just watched me like pick flowers, like walk away from the goal. It's like, what is she doing? So, yeah.
I just can picture you, but just modern day you. On the pitch.
I do the same thing at 38. Yeah.
Just turning away, picking a flower. Ball zips by you, looking at the flower.
Whoops. My bad, guys. Next time, huh?
They're like, ah. Yeah.
Yeah. What was your favorite? Did you have a favorite sport? Was there a sport that you liked to play?
As a kid? I mean, I don't know. It doesn't count as a sport, I don't think. Like, obviously I did football and baseball and tennis and stuff as a kid. And I hated all of them. I mean, I enjoy playing tennis more than I do watching it.
Sure.
But I'd rather watch football or, watch baseball. I was never good at soccer. Just wasn't. But I do I do to this day, riding a bike was like, I would jump off stuff. I'd ride downstairs.
You've talked a lot about riding bikes.
Yeah, I tried to be like a BMX guy, but not really. It was like, look at me, I jumped off this porch. I'm awesome. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, I would BMX like a cool dude, except not really. We didn't have any dirt tracks or any cool stuff like that. We would just, oh, that's a large hill. Let's go down it as fast as humanly possible, and then see if we can jump the bit at the end. Yeah, and we did, and then we'd always crash. Although, I'm not sure how skilled I am on a bike, because I'll never forget, my friends in high school would never let me forget this. In 6th grade, we were all standing around on our bikes, and we were just standing, like feet on the ground.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I just went and fell over, and they would never let me forget it. They were like, remember that time you just fell over on your bike? I was like, I'm aware. I don't even know what happened.
You must have been in another world.
Yeah. I don't even understand how that happened. It just fell over. And so they never let me forget it. So that's cool. Now I don't forget it. That the one time we were just standing around, I couldn't even maintain balance on a bike. So
not to the Chad's ruined my life, but a lot of sports are better if you're tall. So there were a lot of sports that I tried to do. And I really did not thrive. Volleyball, basketball did not thrive. But I do enjoy chase ball. Chase ball is fun. So tennis was fun for me. I like to chase ball.
What do you mean by that?
I like to chase the ball. If I'm just running, I don't do well with just running. I'm trying, but I don't do well with just running. But chase ball, that's fun.
Is this another Dodgerism that I should be aware of? Like when you say touch butts, but you really mean sex?
No,
what are you talking about right now?
In tennis, the reason you're running is to chase the ball. You're chasing the ball. You're not just running. You're chasing the ball, and then you smack it, and it's fun.
It's a Dodgerism. It's a Dodgerism, and you just don't want to say it is. You could have been talking about 12 different sports there.
Yeah. But I said tennis.
We need a book. We need like a book of all the things you say, so I can just flip to a page and be like, chat, what Dodge is referring to in this moment is
They followed along. They don't need a dictionary. They went right, because in tennis you chase ball.
I'm gonna let them tell us if let's see. Did anyone? We didn't.
Immediate.
No. Billy Mays here. That wasn't Billy Mays.
We're both gonna just see what we want to see.
Oh yeah, no, I already ignored the one person who said I followed. That person's a crazy person. I don't even trust them. Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, there are some sports that are just easier if you're tall. Again, not blaming the tall people, but there's some sports
that you are.
I'm not. Don't Chad meme me, okay? I'm not saying there's something wrong with the tall people.
Then why don't you go play short sports?
Like what?
What's the Canadian thing where you
Hockey?
sweep? No. No, where you sweep the rock. You sweep the rock. Curling. You'd be great at curling. You got to get down to the ground for curling, and you're already halfway there.
You know who would be amazing at curling? Did you ever see the meme of the 4-H girl who does like pig shows? This chick?
What?
This chick? That chick?
No.
She does pig shows. There's a pig here, and she's like this, and she's got a little thing. She's like, pig. That guy? You do amazing at curling.
I don't know what this is. The pig guy.
Pig show girl.
Pig show girl?
I'm going to test this. If I Google pig show girl.
Okay, no, I know exactly who this is. I know exactly who this is. Shout out to Pig Show Girl. She's the most intense person I've ever seen in my entire life.
Popped up immediately.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Her intensity is on another level. I love her. Yes. Oh my God. I'm just going to take this clip and make sure we can include it in the video for the VOD because that is hilarious.
We gotta bring the viewers along. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't not have the viewers see this. This
She's
is
great.
good stuff. Yeah.
Where is she now? I have no idea, but I'm glad that we got a moment of her life, a snapshot of Pig Show Girl.
That's an intensity that you only see that in prize fighters. She looked like she was about to go square up with someone.
Yeah, the pig.
I need that. I need someone that intense in my life. Someone who's just like.
Have you seen those videos? Have you seen those videos where someone's like, "My boyfriend's going to show you this app he made, and you're going to like it," and then they back up, and they're like, really sweet boyfriend comes up and goes, "So this is the app I made. You do this, and it's really cool. Thanks, thank you." And they walk away, and then the girlfriend's like, you better say something nice. It's like threatening. That's the same energy, I feel like. The pig's just having a good time. The pig's just there.
Yeah.
And she's behind like, you better say something nice about this pig.
But it's the hunch too. There's like, it's like a weird, like it's like a, it's kind of like,
you gotta be on the pig's level. What's happening with the pig? You don't know if you're standing up straight.
The hunch sells it.
Someone came into chat and was like, "Hey, this is my first time watching. Are Dodger and Jesse always on opposite wavelengths?" I feel like we're not. I feel like just sometimes we need a moment to explain what's going on up here,
I must stress, Dodger
exists
in a realm I will never.
What the fuck? What does that mean?
On the internet, your algorithms are not my algorithms. So when you talk about a thing, I will never have seen it ever.
You knew Pig Show Girl, though. You just needed to be reminded of Pig Show Girl.
Right, but it's because I probably saw it on Reddit on like the front page a while ago versus the total overwhelming what we're hit with every day. You are hit with like, a lady making a craft something in her backyard with, recycled metals, right? You got that. I got some dude with a beer belly who's like, we make a crawfish today. Aye! That's my algorithm.
I feel like those are so close to each other.
Right. They're like right here.
Those are right here.
Just maybe like these screens.
Like us. Like you and
just like the screens. We're right here. We're like almost.
Yeah, we're nearly there. Yeah. I see.
Yeah. We're like
I feel
adjacent.
It might be fun, with the time that we don't have. It would be really fun to make like an XY graph and place ourselves on it. Crendor would be way over here somewhere. I'd be like here-ish. You'd be over here,
XY graph of what?
Like kookiness of algorithm versus kookiness of personality.
Okay. Yeah. I get that.
I think that would be interesting.
It depends on the place, the site. Because my TikTok algorithm's ruined. It's completely ruined. I don't know what we did to it, but now it's just like literally yesterday I was sent you know how when you go to TikTok or someone sends you a TikTok, when it loads up your account, you see a video first before it loads in the video that someone wants to send you?
Yes.
So when it loads in the video first, yesterday I got sent a thing, and the video that I was sent was, one of those very sweet, like, I'm definitely sending this to friends kind of video. But the video that popped up first was like, these are 3 of the gooniest gooner videos you're going to see this year.
You can't escape.
I can't escape.
You can't get away from them.
I actively click not interested. And it's like, hey, gooners, I know you're not interested in my content right now, but I need you to know that we're here for you when you need to goon.
God,
and I'm like,
no.
oh my God. I don't understand it. I don't know what we did to the algorithm. I don't know what we did. It's not like to be specific, it's not like, hey, I'm boob dancing. It's none of that. It's like a dude with a low-pitched voice who's like, hey, do you like gooning? And I'm like, what? How did we get here?
It makes me sad that so many people have to be like, I really like the look of this. Not to goon, just so everybody knows, this is not a gooning post. I just like the way this looks. I'm like, what has happened to us? I haven't used TikTok since it went down, quote unquote, since all of the like hubbub about it shutting down, and then it immediately came back and they were like, whoosh, that was a close one, wasn't it, guys? Thank goodness. I was like, I'm never using this app again. And I haven't, because it pissed me off so bad.
I like to use social media now for the grifters. That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Is when someone messages you out of the blue, and it's always like an account that was just created 3 days ago. It's always all their photos of a beautiful woman who just happens to be 3 different women. It's always that. And they'll always message you. I got the best one on TikTok. I was so happy.
Oh my God, tell me.
This woman messaged me and she's like, hey, my name is like Mandy or something, and I am from Pennsylvania, and I am a real estate agent. And I was like, first off, I don't believe any of this, but I'm going to go check out this person's profile.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2 years of stuff. And I was like, interesting. Okay, so maybe they're a real person. But the way they're writing is strange, and I'm not sure what is going on here. So I will, of course, indulge. And I was like, oh, hey, yeah, no, I've got family who lives in Pennsylvania. That's crazy. Whereabouts are you? And this person responded with a place that is 100% not in Pennsylvania.
Oh, no.
Does not exist. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. My family lives right near there. And they were like, that's awesome. And I was like, yeah, do you know? And I just made up some names. I was like, do you know them? And they were like, no. But if we become friends, maybe in the future I can meet them. And I was like, I ain't looking for friendship. And then the thing was like, well, you know, one of the best parts, completely ignore that, by the way. We know one of the best parts about being a real estate agent is I have a lot of free time to, work on my other hobbies. And I was like, oh, wow, what hobbies are those? And this thing responds, I like to invest heavily in gas and cryptocurrency. Do you want to know more about that? And I was like, oh my God, I would love to know more about investing in gas and cryptocurrency. And they were like, oh, cool. You should go check out my site. And I was like, ooh, site's down. And they're like, I'm looking at it right now. I was like, no, I can't connect to it. Site's down. Like, hold on, I'll have to look right now. And I'm like, okay. Nope, site's down. And they're like, are you trying to get on the site? I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm trying to. I really want to buy in. And they're like, well, we can help you get invested, but first you have to get on the site. I'm like, I can't get the site's down. And they're like, well, it should be working. I'm like, no, it's not. It's just not working. And then they messaged me like, well, can you get on Telegram? And I was like, Telegram? Is this a scam? And they were like, no, I promise you it's not.
No, of course not.
And I was like, only scammers go on Telegram. And they were like, well, if you can get on the website, I was like, nope, it's down. I really genuinely just have a good time messing with them. It's one of my favorite things in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I will never not. Especially when they message me and they're like, hello, I'm a single woman who is in your area. You know, like when they send those and they send a photo and it's just like a random Japanese woman. And they're like, I work at a makeup factory. It's like, oh, do you? That's crazy. And they always ask me, what do you do? And I was like, I work in the adult entertainment industry. And they're like, oh, what is that? I'm like, porn. And they're like, what do you do? I'm like, what do you think I do, girl? They're like, I feel like we are not communicating on the wavelength. Yeah. They always start being like, well, I feel like we're not communicating and this is not what I want. It's like, then why'd you message me, baby? What you trying to do? What you trying to do right now? And they're like, I should go. I'm like, there's just clearly some poor guy at a desk somewhere who's just like, look, this is my job. I just scam.
I'm just trying to get people into crypto, dude.
I'm just trying to get people into crypto, my meme coin. And this guy's hitting on me and I don't even know what I'm doing now. I love it. I love messing with scammers. It's so funny. Or I'll message them and be like, is this a scam? Because only dumbass, stupid bitches be scamming. And they'll message me back like, You suck, sir. I'm like, yep.
My recent experience having to deal with a bunch of bots is you can go find it if you want. The giveaway's done. But Alters, when Alters came out, I was asked to do a GPU giveaway on Twitter. And the winner would be randomized from people who completed a specific list of things, right? And it came to the day when a person needed to be chosen. You can probably see where this is going. And I was like, great. So how are you going to choose somebody and make sure that it's not a bot? And there wasn't an answer. They were like, well, you just randomly choose someone. Like, okay, I will. So I randomly flipped through so many people. I would just click on a person. They were all bots. It took so long because the picture and the description will all look normal.
Yeah.
Clearly they like scrape a bunch of people's descriptions on their social media sites and it just conjures one, right?
Yep.
So picture looked normal, wasn't tatas or nothing. A dude with a family picture, a description, it says Go Bears on there or some shit. And then you scroll down and literally every single post is either a retweet from the exact same account or retweeting a giveaway.
Yep.
You're like, okay. And then I would click on another one randomly and it would be retweets of the exact same account and the exact same giveaways. And I was like, ugh. It took so long for me to finally find a person. I was like, okay, normal looking picture, normal looking description. I scrolled down. They talked about a variety of things. There's a variety of things, not a bunch of weird retweets. I was like, I think this is a person. I think I did it. I think this is a person. I found one finally. So that person won. So congratulations to that person.
Congrats.
I just want you all to know I worked really hard to make sure that a bot didn't get that GP.
There is absolutely a weird level of I don't know if it's efficiency. I don't know how we do, like the way in which they can create so many bots at a surface level of it looks real. There is on Instagram. You know what? Screw Instagram. I don't know if it's Instagram or TikTok or whatever. Clearly I'm on something or I've been put on some list where now I'll get messages that are like, I represent PlayStation, or I represent some water company, or I represent whatever. And it is a full on like branded sheet of like, we would love to work with you on this, right? But there's no graphical indication. It literally just looks like an email. And it's sent by Susan Collins of, Fiji Water Corp, right?
Right.
And that's all it will say. But you look at the email and it's like, Octung at raise.it.ru. And you're like, what? There's no way the Fiji Water Corporation is going to have that as an email. And it's like, you're not even trying to, like, you went through all the trouble to make this giant fake thing to get whatever from me. I have no clue. And then you just couldn't even hide your email? Like, that's lazy. And I'll write them back and be like, this is the laziest thing I've ever seen. Like, what are you doing? This is so stupid. You didn't even try to hide your email. Immediately, like, you're so dumb. Yeah, I don't understand. I just don't understand.
Bots.
Although, shout out to Boo Bots. They make every video release great.
You know what?
The first
they
5,
have
6
so
comments.
many nice things to say the second you put up a video.
They really are doing
lovely.
the Lord's work. Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be people would say first. Now I get, Your videos help me through the day. You're an inspiration and one of the greatest content creators out there. Thank you for everything you do. That's what I need.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need first.
They're really supportive.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your content. Keep it up.
Mm-hmm. They really make me so happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go right now and look and see what they say. And I bet it's going to be glorious. They're going to say to me, sort by newest first. We'll go all the way to continue to please us with such great videos. You are the master of your craft. This one says the exact same thing. That's creepy. In fact, they all say the exact same thing right now. You know what? That's because they mean it. Oh, wait. Oh, this one's good.
Because it's reality.
Continue to inspire your audience. Your videos are a real oasis of interesting ideas and creativity.
Someone in chat says, I really appreciate the hard work and quality effort into this Geekenders stream. You both are incredible at your art in this field of work.
Thank you. Yeah, charming video. I find inspiration in each of your videos. Thank you for your creativity. This is what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
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 We need more of that in life.
Do we? I think we have just the right amount.
Says you, I need that ass kissing. That's what I want. I want robots to kiss my ass on a daily basis.
You could.
But I don't want to like.
You could.
I don't want to program them.
I
want them to do it because they want to do it. You know. It's not the same if I tell the robot to say good job. It's not the same as if the robot meant it.
I don't know how to tell you this.
Then don't.
Okay, I won't. You gotta stop making faces with the camera. You keep looking over and you're still making faces. I know, my mouth hurts now if it helps. All right, buddy, what news do we got?
Well, obviously, we got some fun news in the world of the Switch 2. Right now, I guess it's not really fun. Third-party games are apparently, like with every Nintendo property, they're not selling as well as they thought they would sell. And I guess the only exception right now is Cyberpunk, which is doing very well. But all the other third-party games are selling less than they thought they would on Switch. They're seeing very low numbers. One third-party publisher characterized the numbers as below our low estimates. So, yeah. It looks like most of what was sold for Switch 2 was Mario Kart World Bundle. And people want to play Mario Kart, but they're not really trying to do much else, it looks like. So that is interesting to know. But apparently Cyberpunk 2077 and Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdoms were the ones that really sold since the launch. But we got new Donkey Kong! Donkey Kong Bonanza! Which looks absolutely super cute. And for some reason, Pauline is breaking the Donkey Kong lore.
Yeah. So many people tweeting about Pauline.
Breaking the lore. Are we to understand that she was never kidnapped, but a friend of Donkey Kong? What was Mario doing? Why was he going up those rafters? What was that about?
Great question. I mean, Mario wouldn't be the first knight in shining armor that has misunderstood the situation, you know? Maybe.
I don't know. What happened in the time between when Pauline was a little baby versus when she became an adult between the two of them? Did she reject Donkey Kong and that's why he kidnapped her away? What's the lore behind Donkey Kong is what I'm asking.
I guess here's the thing is they're having to rectify who Donkey Kong was with who Donkey Kong is now.
Damn.
You know?
Yeah.
How do we make a Donkey Kong game that's set before Donkey Kong Family Man?
Yeah.
But have it still on the same wavelength as the Donkey Kong of the future, you know? He's a changed man, and people don't want to see.
Is he?
Players don't want to see the old Donkey Kong. That's some toxic shit.
They just want that banana eating, lizard stomping, rhino riding Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They want the Kong family to show up and say some goofy shit and then leave, you know?
Yeah, they want the rap.
Yeah.
That's what they want. They don't want Donkey Kong kidnapping Pauline. She's living her life. She's the mayor of New Donk City.
She's doing great.
Yeah. Oh, do you think that's why he captured her? Because she wasn't doing her job. He was trying to get the rent prices reduced. He was out there. Donkey Kong was like, "You're telling me I'm paying $4,000 for a 1-bedroom in this city?" And she was like, "I can't help it."
He's a man
like,
of the
rent
people? Is
prices
that
are
what you're
too
saying?
damn high. Yeah. And so they were building a new construction site for a new, series of apartments. And he kidnapped her to make a point. I think I might be on Team Donkey Kong, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, okay, I get it. Yeah,
Damn.
the rent prices are
Could
too
be.
damn high in New Donk City.
Could be. She got a little too big for her britches, man.
That's what I heard. That's why she had to go. Also, speaking of Donkey Kong time period, the BBC has re-released a 1984 documentary about UK computer games industry.
Interesting.
Very cool stuff. It was originally broadcast 40 years ago, but the commercial breaks, the race for Santa's software, was broadcast at BBC 2 on December 13th, 1984. And it follows two software publishers as they search for a hit game just in time for Christmas. It's very cool. Excited to see what, the actual time period in video looks like. But you can right now because it is literally on the BBC archive. And the video is called, I'll put a link in chat for people who want to see it now, but the video is called 1984 Bandersnatch, Bailiffs, and the Battle for a Hit Game. And it's very cool. You can watch if you want to.
Cute.
I love this. I love this kind of stuff. There you go. And then we have some fun Pokemon reveals as the new 2025 championship season is here. And in Anaheim, they're going to have a bunch of other cool stuff. And so if you're a big Pokemon fan, they have really rare, really cool looking Pokemon stuff there. And you can get yourself a Pikachu that's all different and special and, the Pokemons.
Yeah,
so
Pokemons.
That is there as well. But, I think I don't have any releases, but I know stuff is coming out. So hold on. I'm going to look this up because I feel like stuff is coming out, right? Like it's just because I don't have anything here. Let's see. What's coming down the pipeline? Is Death Stranding coming next? Am I crazy?
Already? Maybe.
When is Death Stranding coming? I feel like that's happening sooner than I expect. Upcoming, popular. Yes, Death Stranding. Yeah, it's coming. So, besides that, we have Mushroom Musume, which appears like a very Dodger game.
Yeah.
It's a life sim RPG text-based cute. Then there's 100 Italy Cats, again, a very Dodger game.
Mm-hmm.
Looks incredibly artsy and it's free to play casual cat game.
I think if it's the same people, they've made a bunch in like different places in the world. That's very cute.
There's many. Trying to see what else we got here. There's a lot. I don't know. You know what? I feel like Uncle Office, Uncle Dating Simulator is where, I'm just gonna
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, man.
just gonna walk away. We hit that point of this is when you click what's coming out. and it's like, oh, here's what's upcoming popular. Like, okay. And then you click everything and you're like, all right, well, time to go. So that's we'll leave it at that.
A lot of the big stuff that people are excited for, like Borderlands, like that's after summer. That's like September.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm trying to look for stuff, but they make it very hard to find releases.
maybe we've got a little break here. That would be nice.
Maybe. I'm
We can
literally
catch
on the
up.
Wikipedia for June 2025 looking up this is so silly. Yeah, it looks like we have more Poppy's Playtime coming. We have Death Stranding Front Mission 3 remake, which I guess is a thing that we have seen for a while now. And then System Shock 2 25th anniversary remaster. And yeah, I guess that's kind of it. Right now, I'll leave it at that. And I'll say that's all.
There we go. Crushed it. It's so shawarma up here. I'm sweating.
Yeah, you're falling apart?
Yeah, I'm falling to pieces. It was bad enough that I started re-listening to like the old Evanescence album. That's where we're at.
Why? You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
You're in
No,
the
don't make me
heat.
justify it.
Your brain is probably swelling. You're probably
Yeah.
dehydrated, so it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. What have you got going on this weekend and week, my good friend?
Hopefully this weekend we'll finish up Expedition 33, and then on Monday is a brand new episode of Tell Me About with Crendor, about playing the tabletop version of Warhammer. And you get to see all of his Warhammer figures, and he explains how to play and what the numbers mean and why I have to roll so many damn dice. So expect that to be on Monday.
Fantastic. I have no idea what I'm going to be up to. This next week, I think, is my first just normal week in a while.
That's good.
I'm not going to be taking a day off. Fingers crossed. Nothing goes wrong. So yeah, let's just see what I've missed. I feel like there's a bunch of games that I wanted to play that I still haven't done Firebreak, like I said. So
Yeah, let me know. We can play. I'll be around.
I would love that. Yeah, maybe a bunch of co-op stuff next week. That would be fun.
Cool beans.
But hey, gang, thanks so much as always for listening to, watching Geekenders, however you ingest it. All of the previous Geekenders are on youtube.com/Jessie Cox. If you'd like to rewatch this episode or watch a past episode. We're on all of the podcasty sites if you'd just like to listen to us in the car. And otherwise, we hope you have an amazing weekend and week, and we'll be back here again on Friday.
Hell yes.
Hell yeah. So thanks, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for the Geekenders podcast. MegaRan, Jesse and Dodger, what up? Let's go. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow and see what the Geekenders are all about. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt. Yo, another end of another long week. Got a job and a kid, I know that you all beat. So take a second, grab a drink and vibe while we catch you up in just a matter of time. On gaming, comics, whatever you're doing. If you're nerdy like us, then you know you should tune in. Thank you for sharing our world with us. Now follow, subscribe, and turn this up. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, scream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a